Fascia is everywhere inside us. It is the thin, filmy layers that wrap the bones, joints, organs, and compartments within the body, holding all the parts in place and allowing independent or interdependent movement of tissues. It is the thick, tough layers that give the back strength, stabilize joints, and attach muscle to bone. It permeates muscle tissue, giving it its shape and contractile properties. It forms the sheaths that surround nerves and become the arteries and veins. Superficial fascia, the layer just below the outer skin, is very loose and porous, with significant amounts of adipose, fat for energy, padding, and insulation, and vast numbers of nerve endings. This superficial fascia is what gives us our outward appearance and keeps us in tune with the outside world. It makes us who we are to everyone else. Fascia is so integrated and integral that some have suggested you could remove all the other structures and the body would hold its form. And yet, for centuries, this tissue has been relegated to the scrap heap, the stuff that gets in the way of understanding the real functional parts. We are now beginning to understand that this pervasive material is significant to every other system, providing stability, nutrients, instantaneous information, and possibly even movement into the minutest areas. With this new understanding come new perspectives on the function, adaptations, and dysfunctions that are the daily work of bodywork professionals. Muscle without fascia is relatively shapeless protein, like ground meat. The fascial layers within and around that protein give it its shape and the ability to contract, causing movement across a joint. These layers come together as they approach the ends, forming the strong tendons which merge with the fascial bag of the bone to which they attach. This bone bag, periosteum, becomes the joint capsule and ligament at the place where two bones meet, giving stability and protection to the joint. Depending on the functional requirements asked of the tissue in a particular area, its properties vary. Fascial layers surrounding and integrated in the belly of a muscle will be much more elastic, while the tendinous ends that require more stability are much thicker. Ligament, with its primary function being to limit joint movement, is very dense and strong, with almost no elasticity. When there is inactivity, trauma, or long-term stress to a part of the body, the fascia tends to dry out and thicken, causing a reduction in movement and blood flow to the area. These restrictions cause recruitment of other muscles nearby that are likely not the best suited for the job. When the secondary muscles become exhausted, they begin to dry out and become stuck as well. Trigger points, painful contractures in the tissue, form. The longer the restriction is held, the more dried out, immobile, and irritated the area becomes.